Hi, this is Steve Lee with Universal Devices. I head up technical services for the company, and I'm going to go through and do a very quick tutorial on how to add the RCS thermostat to our ISY 994 with ZigBee admin console user interface. So the first thing is, if we go to the thermostat, and there's a menu button on the left hand side, there are 4 hard-coded buttons that are on the bottom, and when I press the menu, the 2 in the middle, their corresponding graphics up above will go blank. If you hold in on those 2 buttons, it's going to bring up another menu, which is the installer settings menu. Now I'm actually going through that right now. I'm going to go all the way down to where it says ZigBee install. I'm going to choose select, and then I'm going to say add thermostat to the ZigBee network. I say yes. Now it's going to add it. Now this process is what you would use to add multiple thermostats. So if I'm going to go through and add another one and another one, you want to follow that same process and then just add them into the system. Now this is building out a mesh network. Keep in mind that if your first thermostat you've got located close to your ISY and the next one you put out another building, you might want to look at adding those thermostats in more of a flow where you put something else in between the 2 of those. So don't make the next thermostat be the furthest one that you're going to do, but actually try to build out that mesh network by doing one that might be a little bit closer, and then kind of work your way out from there. Now you can see the thermostat is added in, and to get it into, this happens to be an auto demand response scene that we created. I can simply go to a device, right click, and say I want to add it to a scene, and then I can pick the scene that I want to add it in, or I can drag it down into a scene. I already have it in here, so that's why it's not allowing me to. But if I were to remove it, I could drag it right into that scene. Also have the ability to change all the temperature settings right here. Now, that particular event is being driven, a demand response event is being driven for that thermostat based on a program that we wrote called OpenADR. Now, to create a new program, you simply go down here and click on New Program. And here's one that we've already done. So I'm going to go through each one of these things here. The first thing would be module OpenADR status is near pending. Well, how do we get to that? Well, if this was blank and I went down here and said if, I would go down and choose module. Then I have multiple options. I want to say OpenADR, if status, price or mode. These are options I have. And then within here, you can see I've got pending near, pending far, pending very near, active or inactive. So what I'm doing right now is a pre-cooling event. So I say, well, okay, if event it's near but it hasn't happened yet and the OpenADR mode is moderate, then the climate outside is 80 degrees. What I want to do is set that thermostat to 75 degrees cool. What that's doing is just cooling down the building ahead of time, so for that event that is going to come, which is ultimately going to affect the thermostats, we've already got some pre-cooling for the building. Now, as far as removing a thermostat, I'll go and show you how to do that. Now you simply can go to the thermostat, right click on it, and just say delete. And you've taken it back out of the system. Now what you are going to want to do is go back to your menu button. You're going to want to hold those 2 buttons in again, get back into the installer setting, and go to the thermostat you just deleted. And now your screen is going to say, do you want to remove that thermostat from your ZigBee network? And you say yes, and that'll take it back out. Now, one other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, this is our Ajax page. And if I just type in the IP address and the port address from any browser, I can get into this page. It's our basic control page. So it allows us to go in and look at devices that we maybe have grouped up with scenes and devices, so we can see both of them on one page. If I go into just devices, it's going to list out my devices. I can turn on and off devices here. You also see I have some other devices listed that were pulled in from the screen. Those happen to be Insteon, so the ISY also supports Insteon as well as X10, and this is the thermostat that we added. So from here you can see I have full control over the thermostat. I can change modes, put it into cool mode, I can change my set points. All this is happening real time on the thermostat as well. So thank you for your time. Hope this was helpful, and we look forward to doing more of these in the future.